Okay, what's up, y'all? Today we're gonna do Porphyry. That is Porphyry, and he is a so-called heathen philosopher. We're on page 185, Antiquity Unveiled, and here's his spirit testimony. Good day. Many persons may question the conduct or language of spirits who are trying to uproot Christianity. These persons may say, "These spirits deprived me of my Lord. What have I left?" Oh, foolish mortals, to rely so implicitly on that which never existed. We spirits are constantly bringing forward more and more proof that Christianity has no basis in truth. It is nothing more than the mistletoe on the oak of ancient religions. The first question to be answered is, did Jesus Christ, so-called, ever have a personal existence? To this, I answer he had not. I come to set forth such facts as I know to be absolutely correct that will conclusively justify that answer. None of the early Christian fathers were Christians. Any person who will attentively read their works will see that they did not know whether Jesus ever lived or not, and this was the case immediately after his alleged death. To those early Christian fathers that never thought of establishing such a gigantic system of fraud as is practiced by the Christian priesthood today. In all the earliest books and manuscripts of the so-called Christian era, there is no mention of this Jesus, except as a kind of sun god. Out of astronomy or astrology, the gods of all religions have risen. Out of astronomy or astrology, the gods of all religions have arisen, one after another. These Christian fathers, wherever they could alter those manuscripts during the first 150 years of their era, did so. And they then began to shape the religion as you will now find it. To this they made use of all classes of writers, by them called heathen and pagan, to plant their religious fraud upon the earth. All this will be brought to light by thoroughly informed spirits. We are now forming a band in spirit life that will bring forth such proofs as will convince the world, or point out the sources from which those proofs may be obtained. There is not a priest in Rome or elsewhere that is fully initiated in the secrets of his church who does not know that Christianity is a fraud. For in the library of the Vatican at Rome is the evidence that makes that point certain. The ecclesiastical custodians of that evidence will have to produce the documents that contain that evidence. At Rome are most of the writings of the first 3 centuries of the Christian era, embracing the works of all the so-called pagan writers. These have been mutilated, but not destroyed. Why have they not been destroyed? Question mark. Simply because there is a power in the spirit world that popes and cardinals fear. They know that spirit communion is all there is to religion, and they heed the warnings of materialized spirits when they come to them. The priesthood know that the people have become too intelligent to be any longer blinded by rites and ceremonies to the simple fact of spirit communion. There are writings of Suetonius, Seutonius. There are writings of the Emperor Trajan, Trajan, in the possession of the Papal Church that would settle forever the question as to the personal existence of Jesus. It has also the possession of letters of mine, in which they have altered the word Gnosticism into Catholicism, and on the strength of that have claimed me as a Christian. At the time I lived, there was nothing but contention and strife, but there was not one half as much contention about Jesus as there was about who should attain the ecclesiastical precedence in the new religion. All this was the outcome of each individual philosophizing and theorizing for himself, and giving these thoughts different forms. In fact, it was at a later day than that in which I lived on earth that Christianity fully settled down in its present shape. This voice of mine is a spirit voice that priests do mightily fear. I am not done with them yet. But there is a shape in which I desire to get my communication that will compel these men to hear me. They will be made to hear me. When a man's citizenship is challenged, then it behooves him to prove his citizenship. So I challenge these priests. I have spoken longer than I intended. I was known as Porphyry. So that was Porphyry from Antiquity Unveiled. We're on page 186. And hope you guys liked it. Peace out.